Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. Yesterday we built some experimental ravagers. Let's just call them experimental ravager, because that's what they are. I think we're gonna try and run all three of those builds, so I'll quickly switch out that guy. And yeah. So the concept the concept behind these ravagers is basically we're gonna try and find out if sprint capacitors are decent in 2.0. And my gut feeling is that they are. This guy, he has a single heavy armor and 2 capacitors and 1 accelerator. So we are gonna first of all let's check what kind of manglers he has. Yeah, okay, he has those. So let's slap this one on. That means we are more or less ready. I'm sorry, I got my own mic in my headset. I have to switch it off. There, I am done. Yeah, so that was the first Ravager. And surprisingly, in yesterday's stream... Oh, hey Manageril, welcome to the stream. So, apparently yesterday, one of the developers was watching my stream and... he gifted me 2 Ravagers and a bunch of sprint capacitors and accelerators, which made it possible for me to build these 2 guys. You can do both, you know, man. You can do both. And this guy has 3 capacitors and 4 capacitors and 1 accelerator and all light armors. And this guy, he's the one I originally built with my own stuff. He has or is it? You also have 4 capacitors. What? Yeah, this one was the one I built myself. This one I built yesterday with you guys. And 4 capacitors is... well, I think they're really nice. This guy I also built with you guys yesterday. He only has 2 capacitors and a heavy armor. So from right to left we have 2 capacitors, 3 capacitors and 4 capacitors. And I have to say, this guy with 4 capacitors, I really like the way he handled. I'm not quite sure that he's gonna make the cut, but I am gonna play around with these guys and try and determine if they are viable. So let's just jump right in queue and see if we can find some guys to test this on. I checked the server just 10 minutes ago. It seemed decent. But let's not jinx it. Yeah, Manageril, I will have to say It was completely unexpected, and I'm very, very, very grateful. It was very kind of said developer. I would never have been able to do these experiments if it didn't happen. If I hadn't received that gift. I had help and input from you guys in building these things. Hey, Ace McQuaid, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I can understand why, because these guys are... I think we're onto something here. I think we're onto a new build, man. I think, yeah. This is something new that I haven't seen before. And we are only 2 people in queue, and that's, Let's quickly just check server population. There are at least some guys playing. Yeah. Okay, so it might actually be as simple as a lot of people being in a game. I'm still gonna jump in queue and see what happens. One thing I'm not sure about though is if these light ravagers, are they viable in 2.0? So I think it was Ace McQuaid who wanted us to build one with a single heavy armor. And I have to say that single heavy armor makes a lot of difference. It also eats up a bit of speed. After the stream yesterday, I realized that my heavy ravager actually runs slower than... No, actually I realized it in my stream. I misremembered stuff. So I usually have this rule that I never build sprinters or sprinting bots that sprint slower than the top speed of a Shon. But my ultra heavy ravager has a top sprinting speed of 110 or thereabout. It's still faster than 90% of the Shons, and it is handling pretty sweet, even though it's not as fast as the fastest Shon. So maybe there is room for slapping a heavy armor on one of these capacitor builds. And let's start with this bad boy. I have to say, I've always kind of liked the Sting Ravager, even though it's never been good. It's not... Yeah, even though it's never been good, it's not exactly terrible either. Well, in the last iteration of the game, it was probably the worst build, discounting weird hybrid builds that people... You know the ones you see sometimes. A Shon with a Sting and a Tormentor, for instance. Those are obviously worse than a Sting Ravager. I just think that a Sting Ravager has real problems dealing with, yeah, for instance, light bots. The AI went mountain pass, it seems like. I'm boxed in by my own AI. That's fun. Yeah. Oh, let's not overextend here. Usually the AI has a tendency to focus on me over everything else, but hasn't happened this far yet in the stream. Let's not jinx it though. I have to admit to well, yeah, this playlist isn't my playlist because when I started these streams and stuff, I learned the hard way that that YouTube checks for copyrights and stuff. So I think it's my stream number 2 that got taken off the air and isn't available for the public simply because I played playlist from my personal collection. And yeah. That being said, there's a lot of music on this copyright-free playlist that I like. Yeah. Ooh. Looks like our friendly AI over here are gonna get slaughtered pretty soon. We're gonna do a little retreat. Oh. I really like being able to trigger the sprint often. And I think, to be honest, yeah, check it. Now the AI, yeah, I jinxed myself, didn't I? Yeah. And all of them are targeting me for some reason. Ah, come on. Yeah, as I was saying, I think, I'm pretty sure that the capacitor ravager is a valid build, and I think what's left is to find the sweet spot where, you know, the correct compromise between armor and accelerators and capacitors. And I have no idea why they keep targeting me. I am surrounded by AI on all sides. You should think that it was enough to be somewhat safe and secure. We've already taken quite a beating with the Sting Ravager. And it feels like I've accomplished very little. I do have to admit to finding it difficult to play well and talk at the same time. To play really well, I find I need to have all my focus on the game. And that's kind of difficult while I'm talking to you guys at the same time. Ooh. My core is almost gone. I suspect... Oh. I was lucky. Seems like my AI in this game has been pretty awesome. That's another thing that's kind of weird with this new update. It's that the AI can be so good. And when you have AI that do like 3-4K or scores like 3,000 or 4,000 during a game, that means because there are only so many points to go around, you know. So when the AI eats a significant amount of the points, that means that it's less points left for you. But it also, of course, means that you have a higher chance of winning if you have one of them and the other side doesn't. So we are dropping in this guy, the 4 capacitor guy, even though we're not gonna be able to use him properly in this game. There was a human up there. I thought I saw a human-like behavior from Red. Dodging, 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 dodging. This guy is burning. He's pretty toast. Yeah. Then we're emptying our clip so as to be ready. I have a tendency to go for EMP protection on my ravagers. That makes a stun less devastating. It's still, of course, pretty dangerous to get stunned by a light. But yeah, I feel like this is the bot in the game that has the least to fear from light bots. And when I say that he has the least to fear, he still needs to respect them, of course, but yeah. So that was a bit disappointing. Just 2 players. We're jumping back in queue and let's see what we can get. 5 out of 12. That's pretty. 7 out of 12. Ah, this is good, man. Come on, we have 15 seconds to pick up some more players. 7 out of 12. It's gonna be interesting to... No! And 2 of us got booted out. I'm not sure why. But I have a sneaking suspicion that my 5 guys got matched up with... My missing 5 guys got matched up with lower cup players. Or something like that. It's still quite disappointing though. So... yeah, I don't know what to do about that. No man, I only have like 1300, yeah okay, I have almost 1400 cups, but I think that was purely the luck of the draw, man. And I have faced you many times, and I can see and like, you're not a terrible pilot at all, so I can see no reason for why the game should separate us, really. Three out of 12. 4 out of 12, yeah. That's at least something. 5 out of 12, oh. Oh my god. I have Pisces. He's from my clan, the Orange Smiles, and Odessa is a really good player. And I don't recognize the names on Red's side. So, well, okay, there is this Prime. Yeah, him I've seen before. I can't say I remember. I remember him though. Oh, that was a mistake. Overextending. Oh, and that MAO, he ate up my chest, and I wasn't able to target the Ravager because the aim decided it should rather aim at someone else. That's the one thing I miss from War Robots. It's the target lock button or the change target button. Because it's, I personally find it completely ridiculous that the game should be able to decide, like now, because sometimes you have to let go of the fire button to use other buttons, and then it might decide to change targets on you for no apparent reason. And that's a bit frustrating. This guy is a little bit thicker than the other. He doesn't have that insane bonus to the cooldown of the sprint button. I kind of feel like he might have been better with shorter cooldown on the sprint. But it would have been slower then, of course. Yeah, it's interesting. I suspect I will be playing these different bots for quite some time. I will be playing them a lot before I am able to decide what is actually best. My preference right now is the 4 sprint capacitor or light armor one. I find it really fun to play, or rewarding to play. And I'm stuck on the belt. Yeah. I'm not playing my best as usual. That's a consequence of talking to you guys and playing at the same time. And I realized that it may sound like I'm making excuses for myself, and well, to a certain extent, I of course am. But it's also true, you know. Because I'm sitting in my own living room and I'm talking to myself, you know. There are no other persons in the room right now, and it doesn't come natural to me to be talking to myself. And you know, I'm commenting on my own gameplay and I'm talking to myself, and it feels a bit weird, and it takes a certain extent of mental energy, and that mental energy and focus would of course be used more appropriately for could be used more appropriately for piloting these bots over here. Yeah, Menagerie. I had several matches late last night where I had where was almost full matches, and in a couple of them there was a small handful of pilots who were obviously quite new to the game. They weren't so new that they hadn't been able to change names and stuff yet. They had their own names, but yeah, and they weren't very experienced, to put it like that. The thing that I dislike about the AI, it makes any kind of surprise or stealth tactic extremely hard, if not outright countered, or outright impossible. Because the AI will spot you no matter what. It's like they're psychic or something. And so a lot of the tactics you would normally employ are not very effective. But as you can see, with a long or short cooldown on sprint, you become so agile, and you can, like, the loss of speed doesn't matter that much, because you don't have to wait very long before you're able to sprint again, like now. Yeah, that's it for me. Odessa seems to not be doing very well. Yeah. Well, we lost that match. No doubt of that, at least. $6.5 million. That's not a lot of money. I am practically broke. And I'm gonna switch out this guy for something else, simply to not die from Ravager boredom. Maybe we should... Maybe we should run an Ellie, a Mangler Ellie. I quite enjoy them. This one runs all light armor and accelerator and stealth. And we are gonna equip some weapons to him before we jump into Q. On that note, we're gonna see what he's running. He's running magazines and reinforced ammunition. So let's just double that. Have the same loadout on all 4 sides. One day we're gonna be able to name our own weapons. I have a gut feeling for that they're gonna do it, and that will make that will make finding your stuff so much easier. 5 out of 12. Shh, let's not jinx it this time. What? No, this is what's happening here, man? That's frustrating. I'm gonna go fetch myself something to drink while we're in this queue, because this was frustrating. I'm back from my hazardous journey to the fridge. I survived. I have secured a cold beverage. How are you doing? Hey, General Disarray. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you, mate. So, yeah, okay, it seems like... So, at least 3 of us have the same experience then. It's weird, I can't explain what's happening. But it creates a certain amount of frustration, that's for sure. Yeah, I understood what you meant, mate. No, I have no idea why that is. If anyone watching want to chime in and if they have a theory, I would love to hear it. So, unless someone disconnected, one of these titans is a human player. Let's watch the blues first of all, to see if we have any on the blue side. No, so okay, so my theory is that we have 3 human players on the red side. One of the things I really like about 2.0 is the new flight mechanic of the ravagers. No, ravagers, what I'm saying. The Sarissas. Because they now travel in a much more parabolic arc. No, yeah, it's a parabolic arc, but they fly up and then they fall down again. That's what I'm trying to say. And it's, first of all, it's much more realistic, but it also lets you shoot over some obstacles that you couldn't shoot over earlier. The Sarissa is running a single magazine and 3 automations. It's a Sarissa build I like a lot. It couples rather well with the stings, and because with the stings you want to jump out of cover and then you want to run back and hide. And when the stings are reloading, the Sarissa get a chance to reload as well. And that's another effect of the automation. It's so easy to empty your Sarissa's battery. I have yet to build a Sarissa with 2 magazines and both the rest automations, and I just realized what we're gonna do in the next time we're in hangar. We're gonna build that Sarissa and see how it performs. Thank you, game, for changing my target and thus deciding to launch all my stings at someone out of range. That's exactly what I hoped would happen. I find it very logical that we in the far out in the future, when we have mech technology, have targeting computers that will waste your shots a lot. It's been said or repeated a lot that this is more of a simulator kind of game. It's not very arcade-ish. And for anyone who knows anything about real missiles, is that real missiles are extremely expensive. And now I'm talking about the missiles you use to shoot down airplanes and stuff. They are pieces of precision engineering that cost a lot to produce and cost even more to buy. And so here in the future, we're apparently not very fussy about it. Maybe we've invented some sort of infinite missile device that can just spew out so many missiles that they're cheaper than, yeah, anything, I don't know. So this is the trees, just to remind you guys. This Ravager has 3 sprint capacitors and 2 sprint accelerators. I really like that configuration. Lack of any real armor makes him rather... we're being hunted here. Makes him rather fragile. And I'm wasting all my ammo. That's smart. That's how you become a member of the Iron Smiles, by the way. Yeah. But being able to flick that sprint capacitor on all the time, it's really valuable. It lets you... Oh, come on, get online. Like now. Lets me outdistance him. Or it would have let me outdistance him if he hadn't been able to hit me with a couple of bullets and finish me off. I will have to say that the Nelly in 2.0, I never played the Nelly a lot in 1.x. I didn't like it that much. I thought it wasn't good enough. It was a little bit too slow and a little bit... yeah. But I really like it in 2.0. I think they've fixed... Without giving it much of a buff on paper, it's ended up becoming a lot better, at least in my opinion. Maybe it just suits my playstyle a little bit better in 2.0. Or it's the synergy of all these other changes, like the fact that you're now able to dodge much things better. Oh, yeah. You still can't survive taking fire from more than one source, and you can't really survive that either. But yeah, I find that the Nellies in 2.0 are a lot better than they were in 1.x. Looks like we have some troll bot over here with the light of some sort. Should be able to finish him off pretty quickly. We should, but Doesn't even have he didn't have a folder, so we didn't have to be afraid of him. The folder is one of the best weapons in the game, and beacon, while it's not horrible anymore, it's not I don't think it can compete with I don't think it can compete with the folder at all. Oh, yeah, I'm maxed out. Good games to you humans out there. Spicy is playing decently. That's not surprising at all. Sorry for making it sound like that. But he should... he can actually win this post. No, he can't. If he had more time, he could have finished it by himself, but I don't think he can. So we're gonna jump back in the hangar. We're gonna build that Sarissa I was talking about earlier. Maybe I have to make a script that kills the iPad sound when I'm in hangar. So, magazine. Magazine. It has such a long reload though, so I don't think it's gonna be any good. And I don't have anything. I don't even have T2 automations, so I'll have to use these. And we're gonna have to dip into our nest egg and buff them to T2 for the sake of this stream and this experiment. And we're jumping back. Yeah, we were defeated. No big surprise there. And we're jumping back in queue. Let's see if we can find some humans. Are the volumes on voices and music and stuff okay? Can you guys hear? The thing I worry most about, can you hear my voice? Like, oh, is it okay, the volume on my microphone? Out of 12. Here in my time zone, it's 9:45, so it should really be prime gaming time, unless all the kids are out drinking and having fun. Hey Domino, welcome to the stream. I can't say that I recognize your nick, so and we're kicked back into hangar again. What is this? Is this some sort of bug? Thank you for reporting on the sound levels. This is a constant source of worry and anxiety for me and probably every other streamer. But I think I finally found, or yeah, made a preset for all the different audio that works pretty well. I think I managed to fine-tune it yesterday. Yesterday I had some feedback on that the sound sometimes made pops and clicks. I am not gonna grind AI, we are resetting the timer. I'm sorry about that, but that's just the way it is. Yesterday I had some feedback that my mic audio sometimes made popping or clicking noises. So I've turned the microphone a tad down. That's why I worry about that. I also went into well, I dug through some crates and found what's popularly called a pop filter, and I dug it out and installed it. That should also help. Thank you, Domino. Yeah, I think I'm slowly starting to get the hang of this streaming thing. And as I'm saying that, I noticed something a little bit weird. No, come on. Sorry about that, guys. That's good, man. That's good. Thank you, General Disarray. And we're still alone in queue. This is... it makes me sad. All I want to do is fight other people, and... game doesn't let me fight other people at the moment. No? I think I'm gonna have to sit down and have a good cry or something afterwards. No, let's just tweak these things in real time and annoy you guys a lot, probably. I know it would annoy me. And so now we waited another 2.5 minutes. We haven't found anyone. But I'm still not grinding AI by myself. We're gonna do it one last time, and if that doesn't help or change anything, I think we'll have to see if we can go to some other server perhaps, or maybe we'll do some squads. I don't know. If I'm forced to grind AI, I'm gonna have to change into an AI grinding hangar, and then I might as well squad with people. It seems like I finally got this widget in the top left corner working. I have no idea why I've had it in that small size before. Hey, Domino, can you do me a favor? Could you press the subscribe button? If you don't want to subscribe, I don't mind if you immediately unclick it. I would just want to see if my alarm widget works. No, Domino, I have tried this a couple of times before. I have to say I don't really like it that much because you're not able to... Well, of course, nothing can OTP as the manglers. Yeah, I feel like you're mostly annoying people when you're running a Sarissa Ravager. You struggle to do real damage. So that's why we are like coupling it with a Sarissa to at least do a little bit more damage, and yeah. You're not brawling anyway, so its bigger hitbox isn't that much of a handicap. And we are... Okay. From the future, he's a good player. And just the two of us. Maybe some joker with a fake name. And look at my ravager. Come on, man. Look at him. He's levitating. That's scary. Okay, well, thank you. It didn't trigger my my widget. But I'm not familiar with what YouTube gaming is really, so it might have something to do with it. It might not. I'm sure. I feel like this guy is a bit slower now in his levitation mode than in his normal mode. And I'm probably more or less dead. Yeah. As good as. From the future, as I said, is a good player. He would never let a mistake go unpunished. And that's what I think is one of the main differences between just okay players and good players, because good players will make sure that they punish any mistake you do. Yeah, Domino, no, none of my widgets picked up your subscription. Feel free to unsubscribe if you feel like it. And I had these things working, I'm quite sure of it, but yeah. Clanmate of mine called these bots here face melters. I think that's an apt nickname for the Manglanelli. Because it does pretty insane damage up close. Why I chose to spend my javelin on that building, I don't know. Maybe there was some guy in that building who made fun of the Nully's pilot. Ooh, I'm dead. And suddenly all the red AI was dead, and we're still taking massive javelin damage from everything. That's one of the reasons why I hate the AI. Completely unrealistic that all of them would consistently target you all the time. Especially when, you know, your own AI are busy killing them. Yeah, like that. We got targeted by... Yeah. Yeah, Menage Rule, I think, yeah, I agree with you. And my sprint is back online already, and then feels really good. I keep forgetting that this isn't 1.0, so I keep sprinting into battle. Oh. And it crashed. That's weird. The whole app crashed. Okay, so maybe we're looking at some sort of server instability or game instability here. Maybe that's why all these guys are dropping from queue. That might be it though. It might. We have yet another 2.5 minutes to kill. I don't know what you guys want me to do. But what would you like me to fill these 2.5 minutes with? Okay, tell me how many cups you have, Manajril. You can see that I'm in the high 1300s, mid to high 1300s. Well, then I would kind of have to, if I should, then I would have to get some copyright-free karaoke tracks and everything, and I don't think I'm able to do that in 1 minute and 30 seconds. But I am gonna test a widget. Yeah. So it should be working. And it crashed. Now it's there again. Okay. And it's only me in queue. Yeah, cool. Cool. Domino. Menashril, I am I am actually somewhat what's the name of it? I'm actually somewhat educated in music, or like I have, yeah. My education has, well, it hasn't forced me to, but I like music and stuff, and I used to be in a band, and yeah. I'm not gonna say that I'm not like a vocalist. That wasn't my instrument, but I do now know how to sing, and yeah. So I just don't think that this is why you guys are here. I think you guys are here to watch me make a fool out of myself playing Battle of Titans, not make a fool out of myself singing. Yeah, Manage Drill, 12 to 1250. I'm just 100 cups so be over you right now, and I've met you in battle plenty of times. I think I'm quite convinced that we should be able to face each other. And I will have to say, Domino, it doesn't look like it works from YouTube Gaming. I don't know what YouTube Gaming is, by the way. Huh. No, it didn't work. You should be able to see it yourself if it worked. $59 to $60. Yeah, no, but my widget should have let me know at the minute you subscribed. It should have triggered the same widget we tested while we were in queue of it in. And yeah. You guys want a squad? If we have to grind AI, maybe we could. I can just as well grind AI while in the squad than not grow. If you understand what I'm saying. Okay, so it is its own app. Huh. Is it like, is it like an app that's trying to compete with Twitch? Is it a Twitch ripoff? I suddenly got this feeling that it probably was a Twitch ripoff. I'm gonna ask if anyone can bring me to the American server, because it doesn't look like any one of you wants to squad with me. So, just asked my clan if anyone could boost me over to the other side. The other side, I mean the American servers, the Americas servers, and not to the afterlife. and I'll give it a second, and I'm gonna ask in general chat as well. Yeah, no, there's not many people on in my clan. So I just finished writing stuff in general chat. On Discord. It has a significant higher number of people online, looks like. But on the other hand, okay, I'm just gonna grind a round of AI just so you don't have to watch the horrible hanger and You know, this was disappointing because when I made an impromptu stream yesterday, it was loads of people. Well, not loads of people, but it was a lot better than what it is now. And there wasn't this dropping people thingy. I think we should probably say something to someone about this, because that's probably not working as intended. Yeah. So Hector. Oh, excellent, man. I can't. I think Hector would be disappointed if I dropped from this game. So that's kind of a. I feel like I have to play this match, finish this match before I can squad with you. So if you can wait for that, Ace, that would be swell. If you can't, I understand, no hard feelings. Yeah. Oh, brilliant, man. I don't know, Ace McQuaid, if you caught what me and General Disarray and Menageril has experienced now, with the timer resetting, being kicked back to yeah, a queue where we're alone or like just two people or something, from games or queues with like 5, 6, 7 people in the queue. and it's happened a lot. And also, me and Menasheril have been trying to time drop against each other, and we're not able to. And there is only 100 cups between us, so I'm starting to get the feeling that there is something wrong here. If you understand what I'm getting at. So it's frustrating. Ooh. Yeah, but we're on the European server race. You would have to have used the VPN to get into our queue, I think. Unless I misremember and you're on the European too, but yeah. Yeah, okay, okay. Tell you what, Menajrul, since or well, Ace could probably tell us how is the queue in America? Do you have similar experiences to me and Menajrul? In other words, that the servers are effectively empty. Even though there are quite a number of people who are trying to play. You're an Asian server, yeah. Okay, and only 2 players per game, but that might be a consequence of low population on the Asian server though. Because I've heard loads of people complain about that for some time. Or wait, maybe it wasn't. No, I misremembered something. That was one of the Chinese players who complained that there weren't that big of a Chinese following of this game. So I have actually no idea how many people are playing on the Asian server. Oh, and I'm dying. Come on, why aren't you firing? Yeah. No, Manashril, what I'm thinking now is that there's some bug going on now. This is there's something wrong, and it wasn't wrong yesterday. Yeah, until recent matchmaking changes. Yeah, well, so did we. But what I was trying to tell you guys was that I've had foolish games yesterday. So maybe they're adjusting of the timer and they're adjusting it back and the widening of the searches, and maybe there was something that was unstable and it worked for a while and then it some bug got introduced or something. But if we're gonna grind AI, I'm gonna get an AI grinder. Oh wait, we have to rid of that guy also. So yeah, then I don't mind what we are doing. Let's just squad. I can squad with whoever. That's one of the nice things about having played this game for a long time before 2.0 hit with all its economy changes. Because I have all this stuff that would have cost hundreds of millions of EC. Yeah, I don't know. Had you really imagined my voice? I can honestly say that I've never thought about how, for instance, you and Ace McQuaid sound. But of course, while we're on that subject, when I got on my comms with my clanmates for the first time, it was always weird learning to identify people you know only by text and in the game by the sound of their voice and their diction and cadence and everything. Yeah, I'll just invite you. What? No, I'm in the wrong menu, sorry. Ace McQuaid, did you want to squad with us? Why aren't you on my friend list? Sorry about that. I got a direct message from someone and I thought it possibly was someone who wanted to squad. So, we're prepared for the AI. Yeah. AI grind. Yeah, yeah. So I guess we're probably not gonna do a long stream because, yeah. Grinding AI, that's not very interesting or fun. Yeah. And no big surprise, we didn't find a squad. And let's hope that the game is kind and drops a ton of terps on the red side, and they do. So we are hopefully gonna earn some money. You can see our teammates over there, the two green dots. My plan is to take my fast and light turpits over behind that hill here. I'm gonna use it as cover. And I'm gonna pop out of cover, fire at targets, and get back in cover again. The turpits does pretty decent damage, especially when you use reinforced ammunition, as you can see. Targeting me at why my crosshairs, no, my targeting switched to another bot behind the mountain even, while I had a target in my sight. That is completely stupid, and it's easily mitigated by having a target lock button. Oh, oh. Even in the mighty turpits, you can actually dodge somewhat, at least. By dodge, I'm actually, what I actually mean when I say dodge, I mean fool the targeting computer of the opposing bot. Uh, but you were on my friend list, Managerial. So, that's kind of weird. And yes, but one of the reasons I do so much damage now with this bot is because I have reinforced ammunitions on everything in, and it's and it's an Inquisitor and two Sarissas. But I have to say, you can build a Sarissa MAO to also do a lot of damage. And I think that Ravager can... I actually think a Ravager is a better bot for getting... For getting scores in the 6,000 and 7,000 points range. Because a Ravager allows you to have those games where you're up close and personal and finishing bots off real quick, and then you're sprinting to the next target and you are like more or less non-stop firing throughout the whole game. While Turpits, if it has to, it risks having to walk for a long time to get line of sight on the action, and it's slow, and that detracts in like in the long run, because you only have like 12 minutes. A game is 12 minutes or so. And another thing is that it has a really tough time hitting light bots. So that's I find that it's pretty balanced. This is only a T2 Turpits, of course, with the maxed or close to maxed weapons, but yeah, but still. I'm not sure I'm ever gonna T3 and max this bot because of the insane cost of doing so. Also, most of my clan has T3 Turpitses, so I don't. There's no reason for me that I like have to be a Turpits pilot. A surprisingly low score, actually. Or well, not surprisingly low, but like I'm not complaining. But yeah, forgot to check up on. Yeah, you guys. The thing is, with these new AIs, the scores are so much. They're divided more like when the AI are also doing rather big damage. And so that detracts from when the AI kills a Turp, you can't kill a Turp, you know, or that Turp. So all the damage you could have sunken into that Turpits is wasted on an AI in blue. What are you saying, Menageril? For me, it shows up that you're here and in queue waiting for us. Do you want us to reset the queue or something? Because we can. Just let me know and I'll stop the queue and wait for your reboot. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Sorry, man. um. Yeah, that's a little bit embarrassing. Hey, Carpi, 25. Welcome to the stream. I didn't notice you there. We're gonna do this again. And we're waiting for the grind. Yeah, I think like I've had words that like an off button for the hangar music is on the to-do list, or at least it's on the ask the developers to change Pretty Please with Sugar on the top list. This was a little bit disappointing. I was excited for doing a stream and playing against people, and yeah, it's not gonna happen. Um, I don't know about that, Ace. I have no solutions. Only thing I know is that I don't think what's there now works brilliantly. I don't think. Well, yeah. I'm willing to try out different things to get it to work. Like no matter what kind of criteria you set, you will always have tankers or whatever. And if you have it, if it's hangar based, then you can have then you have the possibility to have like T1 only cups and or like competitions and stuff. And that would of course be fun or interesting or maybe not, I don't know. That's an option at least. What? You got kicked? Huh. Okay, then it's definitely something wonky going on, man. Yeah, I think we'll have to chalk this up to... yeah, something. I don't know what we're gonna call it, but definitely something weird going on. But were you in queue with us all the time, man? Because yeah. Was it like you got kicked when we got to 0, or have you never been in queue with us? Turning sideways to protect my tower from these guys on the left. That's one of the things I hope they fix at some point. AI being able to fire at you while they drop from the sky. Because you have no way of protecting yourself from that, then when it's turpitous, it's completely devastating. Okay, we'll give it a try the next game. If it doesn't work, I don't know what is. I think the next game is gonna be the last game of today's stream, because there's not much point. Yeah, man, I'd love to have you as well. I just said, and as I just said, I'll give it. I'll try another game before I give up for today because I don't see much point in playing AI. To be honest, I don't have a lot of fun doing it. And yeah. Welcome to the stream, mate. Hey, Managerial, we're gonna do it one more time and see if we can get you with us on the stream. And if not, I stream fairly often, and and unless I have like a specific plan for today's stream and stuff, I usually stream with anyone who requests it. No, squad with anyone who requests it. I can't promise like that we're gonna squad 12 games. Maybe we will be squadding 12 games. It's all about how long I'm squadding and how the game is, and yeah. But what I'm quite sure of is that if you show up in my stream and want to squad with me, I will squad with you. And are there any more? Or is already over? I don't know. Yeah, we probably have a lot of light bots left. Yeah. You show up as here. Let's kick you and connect you. Maybe you are in a battle, man. I don't know. That's weird. That's weird. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna bother waiting for you, Anashiril. I'm kind of I'm low on morale. I think I'm gonna do a single game and then I'm okay, so you're not in battle. Okay, okay. So we're all restarting our apps. Think? No. I'm just gonna re-invite you. And Menage, once you have accepted, we're ready to jump into queue. Seems like that was all that was needed. I get 4 out of 12 here with you, as you can see on my screen. And there is like 0 chance of us actually meeting another squad. So that's sad. I don't know what I'm gonna do for these last 1 minute and 30 seconds. I see some people on Discord are also reporting the same stuff that we've experienced here tonight. Countdown to 0 and kicked back into reset, basically. You'd think so, much as all, yeah? I don't think so, man. It's getting late here in Norway. 11 o'clock. I've been streaming for 2 hours without having without having a single decent match. So it's about time to wrap this up. To the 2 of you who's watching, who's not in this squad, my tactic will be to go behind this hill and use that for cover while I unleash all my weapons on any red I can see, and I will of course gradually push forward as the battle commences. But this AI doesn't really have a conception of tactics, so they will keep pushing no matter what. So that's why having a piece of cover like this is a very good tactic against AI. There's not much point firing your Sarissas at lights until they're at almost point blank range at least. As you saw, I dodged half of that Inquisitor shot by jigging my stick from left to right. Dodging is extremely important in this game. The purely skill-based thing. Well, it doesn't take much skill to flick your stick from left to right, but you have to judge the correct time to do it. This will throw off the aiming computer of the opponent, and that means you'll take less damage. Maybe you won't take damage at all. Oh, we're being flanked by that AI. That's a sentence that would make people laugh for a bit back in last iteration of this game. Now, of course, as you know, the AI can be quite deadly. And now this bot is pretty handicapped. So I'm gonna try and get as much use out of it as possible before it dies. These Shons are the worst opponents for me right now. Arpiak 25. I don't speak your language, so I don't understand what you were telling us. Oh, sorry about that. Is it Polish? Running so as not to take damage, or try and avoid taking damage, of course. Wasted that javelin somewhat. Yeah. So guys, this stream was a bit of a disappointment. I was really hoping for some decent battles with human opponents. That didn't happen. So I think I'm gonna stop the stream now and go watch a movie or something instead. Thank you for watching this stream. I've enjoyed having you here. We are most definitely gonna try and do this again another time. Pretty darn soon. Maybe even possibly a short stream tomorrow evening. But at least we're gonna stream some next week. So again, thank you for watching the stream. Thank you for keeping me company. I find it humbling that you guys are willing to spend your time watching me play games. And yeah, you're pretty awesome. So I'll see you next time, I guess.